Hey, assistant coach, how are you guys doing? It's me, Johnny Sports, and welcome back to the Sprint to Glory. Yes, we are doing one once again, and this time in Belgium. And you assistant coaches have so far supported this series to the max, and I do really appreciate that. You guys are so amazing for doing that. It would be incredible if we could go ahead and smash over 3,500 likes for this one as well, because trust me, we have some insane talents from Belgium in this team later on. We are starting off with OH Leuven, and this team is actually really bad. Probably one of the worst teams I had at the start. I don't even have a player with the rating above 70 apart from my center back, whose name is Kanu, and all of my defenders are like above the age of 30. So I had probably the worst start ever with this team, but I had to go through with it. We also only had around 2 million in the transfer budget. The preseason tournament didn't go as well as expected, so I had to spend just the little amount of money that I had on really low rated players. So we start off with one of the biggest talents for the striking position from Belgium, Aaron Lea Iseka, and this guy is 65 rated at the start. I only had to pay 900k for him, which in my opinion is still a lot for a 65 rated player, but he's only 17 years old. He has like 80 potential, I think, maybe 81, maybe 82, I'm not too sure. And then I had to go ahead and improve my midfield with one player that definitely doesn't have really high potential, and that one is Angban. He's also 65 rated, so in the first season I was only able to make 2 transfers, and then I just had to go ahead and sim through the season. This guy actually had some really nice stats on him, even though I never heard of him. He turned out to be a quite quality talent, and he did well for a couple of seasons in our starting lineup. Now moving on, you can see on the bottom right corner that Genk has actually won the league in the end after the playoffs. Brugge ended up at the top, but Genk has won it. We actually came in the second spot. But let's take a look at our team after the first season. Iseka now 68 rated, and I have to say that was only achieved because I was training him, because he just got stuck at 65 for the longest time ever. And not being involved into the playoff process really helped me out to go ahead and train my players as long as the playoffs were going on, which lasted for like 3 months. So players really did go up towards the end of the season in their statistics. And now I needed a left back who I actually originally thought to bring in as a center back, because the problem with this Sprint to Glory in Belgium was that you don't really have that many talents under the age of 23 who can play in the center back position, apart from the really high rated ones or high potential ones, which I couldn't afford right now. So I got myself Corentin Fiore, who now was playing in the left back position as long as I had proper options in the center back position. In this season we came in at the 9th spot with 42 points, and yeah, I thought it was alright. I really thought we were doing alright. We just needed to build up this team. We needed to build up a couple of players and get the money into the squad to be able to sign players on pre-contract quite soon, because we were now a couple of seasons into it, and at this point you just have to look at pre-contract and you will do a great job. But at this point also, my team just bought Rodriguez from Uruguay without me even knowing. So I was able to sell him on in the next season for 8 million to Club Brugge, and I thought that was the right thing to do because I really didn't buy him into my team, so I had to sell him on in order to keep it according to the rules that we have set up at the start for this Sprint to Glory. Adnan Januzaj is the guy that profited from that one, because now I am buying him into my squad for 7 million. He's getting 80k on his wages, and definitely the most overhyped talent in FIFA 15. He had like 87 or 88 potential at some point, and that is just ridiculous. But this guy is a decent talent, someone for the future. Hopefully he will do a lot better than he is doing right now, because I think he's a good talent who deserves to get some time to improve. Benito Raman was the next one that I got into my team on a pre-contract, because I knew him from my top 5 talents of the week video, and I know that he's quite a good talent who can play in many positions, so I wanted to use him as an offensive all-rounder. Genk once again coming in the first position, but we personally also made it to the playoffs this time. Even though we didn't win anything, I certainly was happy with the result. I just wanted to get into the playoffs to get a little bit more money and a few more matches in for my team to get some experience. And right here you can see Fiore now 76 rated. Adnan Januzaj I think now is at a 79 rating, not too sure though. And in this season, I just had to get myself Moses Simon, the striker, because Leia Iseka was not growing on his own. I just had to train him all the time, and I wanted someone who could take over that position, and I also wanted someone for the wings to be able to change the formation. I wanted to change it to a 4-3-3 formation, and Divock Origi was the guy that would give me the opportunity to do so in the next season. We have this season not made it into the playoffs, and that was quite disappointing. We came in the 8th position with 40 points, only 4 points away from the playoffs, so that was quite disappointing like I said, and I just had to move on from there. Iseka now 74 rated, Januzaj 79, Raman on the left hand side 75, Fiore still going up, and he's now 77 rated. So we are now getting into the next season, and since we did buy Origi and Simon on pre-contract, they are now joining our squad, and Origi was really high rated, 79 rated right now. Quite a good pre-contract signing, playing on that right hand side. Moses Simon straight away taking over that striking position from Leia Iseka. But I thought we could upgrade that a little bit more. That striking position needed a little bit more force, and Michy Batshuayi was the guy that I needed. And also, I was looking for someone who can play in a centre-back position, and then Donka, 24 years old right now, on a pre-contract, buying him as well alongside Batshuayi. He was another pre-contract player who can actually play in the centre-back position, so I was looking forward to see him play in our squad because our defense was just not good enough. The centre-backs, both of them, were really low rated, and the only one I had that I could train was the right centre-back, and it just wouldn't go up in his statistics. And in this season we have even done worse than the last one. We came in the 11th spot, even though we have gotten players Simon, Origi and all those guys into our squad, Januzaj. But the thing was, we were missing proper centre midfielders, and that was the big mistake I have made. But the thing is, I just had attackers all the time coming on pre-contract, and those were actually the only ones I could get, because all the centre midfielders I was trying to get were extending their contracts, and that really didn't help me. And then Donka had to play at centre back, because if he wouldn't have done that, we would have been destroyed with the shit goalkeeper that we had and with the shit defenders that we had so far. Again, this time going for Thorgan Hazard, and I was thinking, okay, this guy can actually play in midfield. And also Zakaria Bakali was up for a pre-contract deal, so I thought, why not just get him into my team? He was one of the biggest talents in FIFA 14, I think, and he had a lot of hype behind him. I've never seen him play actually, so I don't know if he's actually any good. Batshuayi though, after one season only, leaving our team for 35 million and opening up the possibility of Yuri Tielemans joining our team now in the centre midfield position. The highest potential Belgian player is now in our squad, 90 potential Tielemans, and now Björn Engels, the Crystal Palace legend, joining our team for 10 million, 79 rated centre back, one of my favorite centre backs, if not my favorite centre back in FIFA 15. And Jason Denayer, the little bit pacier centre back, now also joining our team from Real Madrid for 12 million and 103k wages. I offered him 100k, he said no. I offered him 103k, he said yes. That just doesn't make any sense, but it happened. He really had some good stats in his defending. Only 6 foot tall though. I would have liked to have him at like a 6'1", 6'2". That is the kind of centre back I like to have in my team. Tall, but still mobile. So we are now moving on, and you can see after this season with all the big boys coming in, we actually did go up from the 11th position up to the 4th position to make it into the playoffs, but we did not succeed in those. And I I definitely was looking for goalkeepers to get. Trust me, I was looking for any goalkeeper playing in Belgium or having the Belgian nationality, and there was only one apart from Courtois who was good enough, and he just was a little bit too costly. I couldn't afford him right now, so I had to move on and wait for the moment that Courtois was on a pre-contract deal. Tielemans coming into our squad, amazing skill attributes, 85 rated centre midfielder, only 24 years old, distance shooter as well, but his physical stats were not really impressive in my personal opinion. Thorgan Hazard also coming in at an 80 rating, can play in 3 positions and is a really good centre attacking midfielder. Bakali though was 81 rated, and I had to decide, should I play him or Origi on the right hand side? In the end I decided to play Origi, and for the first time ever, after the big transfer of Tielemans, we have come in the first spot after the playoffs. So finally, we have actually created a team that can win the Belgian league title. And in my opinion, it should have happened a lot earlier, because the team that we have created like 1 season ago, in my opinion, was good enough to definitely win the league title. A couple of players were playing out of position, yes I know, but now Dendoncker and Tielemans in midfield. Tielemans now 87 rated, and the only 2 bad positions in our team were the goalkeeper and the right back. And the goalkeeper, that problem has been solved. 93 rated Courtois now joining my team for 325k wages, the highest rated player that we had in any sprint to glory so far. He is just insane, and luckily he was still only 23 when I started this career mode, so I was allowed to get him into my squad. Courtois, welcome, and welcome to the second league title for Leuven. And you can see we are now on 56 points after the playoffs, and in total in the first position as well, getting into those playoffs. Bakali 84 rated, Simon 82, Januzaj 82, Hazard 82, Tielemans now 89 rated, the defender Denier now 86 rated, and Engels 83, Courtois 93 rated. Take a look at these stats. This guy is just way too good, and the only way to get him is on pre-contract, because if you want to pay the money for him, you just have to go ahead and spend a lot of money, 40 to 50 million at least, to get him into your squad, and that is just too much money. For the right back position, I only had 1 or 2 options, and I just did go after this guy because for the fact that he starts off at a 19 years old, and that is just good enough to get into this team and maybe improve along the way. In this season, we had played in the Champions League. We were dropped out of the round of 16, and then we went on to win the League Cup. So we have won that one, and we have once again grabbed the title, this time with 70 points after the playoffs, and in total also coming in first position after 13 matches in the league. So our team was now dominant. There was no chance for any teams to go ahead and beat us. So now the progression of the ratings of the players was the thing that I just needed to focus on. As you can see, Denier now 87 rated, even though he doesn't have really high potential, because maybe he is loaned out for the season. For the first season, he is loan glitched. Maybe that might have happened, so that is probably the reason why he is at an 87 rating. We sadly lost in the cup semi-final or quarterfinals, so I didn't make it to the final in that one. But we have won the playoffs once again. So now at this point, the only thing that was in my mind was the Champions League. I really wanted to win the Champions League for once. I don't think that I've won it with any team so far. So I really wanted to win it with this team, because I thought my defense was amazing with Denier, Engels and Courtois in the center. Those 3 should be good enough to get us the title. But I had one more player in my mind, and that was Romelu Lukaku, 32 years old, 88 rated now, and I had to pay 50 million for this guy to join my team. Yes, that is a lot of money, but I just wanted to get the perfect Belgium team together, and I just couldn't do it without him. We actually came in in the Champions League final and we lost it against Manchester United. I was so upset. We have won the cup, we have won the league. It would have been a perfect treble season, but it sadly didn't happen. So that was our last season. Now it's time to take a look at the league table for one last time, and also take a look at the squad report and show you which players I was most surprised about their growth and which players I really enjoyed playing with after recording this Sprint to Glory. So starting off at the back, we had Courtois, 56 matches, 35 clean sheets. So every second match at least he has gotten a clean sheet. Castagne, that guy, 81 rated right now. Really a big surprise for me. Björn Engels, definitely once again, even though he was lower rated than Den Ayer, my favorite centre back. Tielemans, I don't have to say anything about this guy. 91 rated centre midfielder, 20 goals and 12 assists. Actually, I think he was the top scorer in my team. That is just mad. But then Donka, assistant coaches, Den Donka is an amazing player. Try him out. 86 rated for me. Definitely worth a try. Go ahead and get him. Play him in many positions. Centre back, centre midfielder, centre defensive midfielder. It doesn't matter. He does well in any of those positions. Moses Simon. He is literally the fastest player ever. I don't know why, but this guy, when he runs, no one can catch up to him. 48 matches, 26 goals. Sorry, he is actually the top scorer in this team. Even though Lukaku was in there and Lukaku only managed to score 18 goals, Moses Simon was getting in all the goals. So, I can suggest to you the left back Fiore, who probably most of you guys don't know about. The right back, definitely try him out. Then Donka is sick. And apart from the obvious ones who are definitely amazing, those are the ones that I would definitely recommend you guys. Moses Simon also in that striking position. He is unstoppable. When he starts running, no one catches up. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this Sprint to Glory today. It was a lot of fun recording it and it definitely took a long time. But it's worth it. Seeing your guys' comments. Let me know in the comments down below which Sprint to Glory nation you would like to see next. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button. Let's try and reach over 3,000 likes. That's it for today, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.